Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more Vinland Saga. You guys, I am very excited and very scared about what is coming next on the show because everything you guys are telling me tells me that I should be terrified for my life. That I am moving on with this story, yet at the same time it sounds like it's going to be absolutely peak. And like I'm at that crossroads where I'm like, I know it's gonna hurt me, but I know it's gonna be good. So what do I do? And what I do is I just watch it. That's all I can do. Yeah, guys, last time we had so much going on. Things are finally kind of starting to hit the fan on this whole farmland drama. I just kind of wanted happy farm time, but I think we all knew that was never really going to be a very realistic option for this show. And I see that now. So I'm editing through season 1 and I'm like, I don't know why I ever thought we were just going to have happy farm time. So yeah, guys, I will briefly get into it before we move on into this next episode. Before I do that, I do just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so very much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still, thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you are joining me on those YouTubes, I really hope you will hit like and subscribe for me. That helps me and my channel a whole lot. So thank you in advance for that. Yeah, guys. Where to start? We had a lot of stuff going on. We had a lot came to light with like what's been going on specifically in certain situations here. Like we had the whole thing about Arnheid coming out. You know, I think we all suspected, or you guys knew, I suspected, based on feedback. I'm guessing that she is performing the kinds of duties that I would suspect based on what I know of the show, etc., etc. Did not bank on the fact that she would actually have much, much more than a physical relationship with Ketil. It's definitely not, it's not voluntary, and we were talking about, it's absolutely not. It's not like I really don't feel like she is in love with him. As a human being, she may, not want to see him suffer, just because she is kind, and that is one thing that they have found a huge connection over, is that, her kindness has, touched him in a way that, you know, as we can see, is probably very, very rare in this era. But yeah, I mean, it's also very physical as well. It's also very physical as well, I think was evident, and you guys told me in the manga it was way more evident. So definitely understand a little bit about why his wife was so upset. I still hate to see Arnheid suffer, but, you know, yeah, I think I would be pretty upset too. I think I would be taking it out on Ketil, not on her. But that's just me, and I am not a person during Viking times. Clearly, the norms were very, very, very different, and I don't think I would survive very long. But yeah, so it is an excellent study of, you know, kind of like what life must have been for a woman on many levels at that time, because I think, as with all kinds of life on the show, it would have been very brutal. Kind of like no matter where you were standing. So, of course, we had the whole thing with the wheat. Oh, guys, heartbreaking. I kind of suspected, and you guys confirmed for me, I'm not a gardening expert, but yeah, that's just going to have to be totally redone. We're talking so much work, completely undone, for literally nothing. No gain, no nothing, just for malice, for sheer malice. And seeing Einar kind of start to, freak out a little bit, I think that's when it hit me that, oh, I wouldn't want to be on Einar's bad side. He's such a sweet, big teddy bear. I love him. He's such a big, goofy, cuddly man. But yeah, no, he's still a giant man. And, you know, who wouldn't want to break some heads over the wheat? I know I would. And what a switch it was to see Thorfinn trying to reason with him. And the reasoning that he was using, just Thorfinn just really recognizing, I wouldn't say he's dealt with any of his past issues, really, but I feel like in the midst of dealing with them, he's in the middle of it, of trying to process everything, he is, starting to contemplate and comprehend, who he's been as a person, and just like his reasoning to Einar in that argument was just so sad, and just so, his whole story's been so sad, yet like with this amazing, beautiful hope kind of woven into it. And that's why, like, as much as I want to see these retainers get their jaws broken, which is exactly what happened, I do kind of feel like we crossed the point of no return in terms of, like, this is definitely going to have repercussions. I'm worried. I'm worried about the repercussions. You guys cleared up for me, like, retainers were not slaves at one time. I don't know why I thought that. They have a totally different, like, role. It's kind of said, like, they're doing similar things, but it's not, the positioning, I guess, and power is very different. And I just feel like this was just literally just a power play just to make them feel bad, just to hurt them. And unfortunately, because of the power structure, it's not going to be good that we had, you know, slaves taking swings at retainers. So I don't know what's going to happen there. And then we still have this whole thing looming over us that, like, the farm's going to be invaded. I'm not thrilled about Thorgil. Like, Thorgil, somebody was telling me, like, Thorgil is like what Thorfinn would have become had he kept down that road. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so true. Because Thorfinn never got into it. He was just kind of like almost like in a trance, you know what I mean? But eventually he just would have been so desensitized. And he was kind of desensitized in a way, but like eventually just would have been like so commonplace, you know what I mean? He just would have been like, just the way people get up and make themselves egos in the morning, you know? Just, oh, let's just go kill some people today, you know? Just be warriors. So, but in terms of invading the farm, I am maybe slightly relieved that Thorgil is here, but I really don't know, like, if that's going to help, if he's going to stick around, if that's going to help anything. I mean, who even knows? So we got a lot going on, you guys. We ended off the episode last time with Thorfinn trying to remember this memory of his dad. I looked back at the episode where his dad died. I don't know exactly what he's referring to of what his dad told him. I don't know if it's something like right before he died or if it was something he told. Thors had a lot of great wisdom for Thorfinn while he was alive. Like the whole, like, you know, you don't need a sword, you have no enemies. You know, just kind of his example was just really stood out, especially on a show like this where, like, we don't really know the meaning of gentle strength, you know, like non-violent strength is not really a thing at this time. So yeah, guys, wow, this is getting to be long, like a JoJo intro. Holy crap. I better just get right into it. Without further ado, next episode, Vinland Saga. Let's do this. Oh, it's a goat. It's a sheep. It's a goat. It's a sheep. It's a sheep. Oh, it's a sheep. Hi, sheepy. Oh, it's a lamb. It's a little baby lamb. Oh my God, he's so cute. Reminds me of my dog. Oh, we didn't like cross over to the afterlife or something, did we? Oh, is this supposed to be Vinland? Like, is he dreaming of Vinland? Oh my God! Is he dreaming that he's young again and it was all a dream? Can you imagine if they're really doing this, if it was really all a dream? That would be crazy. Oh! Oh, honey. Oh, dear God. Oh, crap. See, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah. Sadly, I think he's right. You won the battle, honey. I don't know about the war, though. Cute little baby lamb. Who's coming? Oh my God, is it Thors? Oh my God, it's Thors. Hi, Thors. Is he legit, like, in the afterlife right now? Holy freaking heck. And he's petting the lamb. Because that's who he was. He was a gentle giant. Uh-oh. Is he, like, for real meeting Thors right now in the afterlife or something? Oh, this is a dream. Yeah, a lot of people. Ooh, and now, okay. Now we are... Oh my god. That's not supposed to be... Oh, it's a small child! Oh! Oh! Oh, he is having one heck of a nightmare. It's supposed to be a little... Yeah, he was having the flashbacks, a little Einar. It's supposed to be Einar. Oh. Oh. That's right. When he gave him that. Oh. It was never supposed to be like this. This is the exact opposite of what he wanted for him. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, I feel like that's exactly what Thors would say too. He would be like, this is my fault. I was supposed to keep you away from this. It's all man-made, you guys. All the wars, all the conflict, everything. It's all like, oh. Oh, man. Oh, 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 he is suffering, and Thors is suffering for him. No, there really isn't. There really isn't. And you know what? He has his demons as well, which is exactly what brought him to that reasoning, cutting him on the way down. Oh, man. Please wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up. Oh, I don't want to see him suffer like this. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He's like in hell. He's like in hell. Oh. Oh. This is... Oh, I'm pretty sure this is like hell. Oh. And it's just non-stop violence. Non-stop... And the laughing, the ooh, guy, oh, I don't. And they're just taking glee and hurting. They're taking glee and hurting. This goes back to what Thor said. Yeah, there's nobody that it's okay to hurt. When you get to this point where you're taking pleasure in others' pain, that's what it means to like stop being human. I feel like. Oh my god. Is that Askelladd? It's gotta be Askelladd, right? Oh dear god, no! Is he legit in hell right now, or is this a dream? Hey, oh my god, he's in hell, you guys. Thorfinn went to hell. Thorfinn went to hell. I don't know what to do with this, you guys. I don't know what this is wow. Well, then how do you explain this? This is his own personal hell? Oh. This. Ooh. Oh, in a place where they can just revel in their killing. Wow. Just total lack of peace or love or anything. Everyone is your enemy, which is the opposite of what Thor said. Oh, this is like the headspace that you live in when you're a warrior. Oh. That's up to him to decide moving forward. But you don't have to fill yourself with hate. You really don't have to. Oh, honey. That is not true. You absolutely have grown. All you're seeing is, but your life has become more than this. Think about that. Is it all the people trying to drag him down? It kind of looks like they're making their way up to him to drag him. Is this like a metaphor for like how he's being pulled back by his past? Ugh. Okay, Askelladd, you're not over here, bro. Oh, they're all the people you killed. Maybe he does really actually have to face it in order to accept it and like move on and be like, I made these mistakes, I have to live with them, but I can also keep living and fill my heart with something else. Oh, Thorfinn. I think you have to face it, sweetheart. I think running from it is only going to make it worse. Oh. You're crying together. You're both in pain now. You're finally feeling the pain. Feeling that pain isn't a bad thing, though. I think maybe you need to... I think you need to find a way to somehow, like, have closure with this, like, make amends. If Askelladd actually gets up and, like, saves him from his despair, that's going to be the... Oh, my God, that's going to be the most ironic thing ever if Askelladd is the one who saves him. You gotta get out of here. You faced it. Now you need to go fill yourself with something else. Don't ever come back here. But also know where you came from, too. Take them with you, and... Wow! A true warrior, wow! Oh my God, I cannot believe Askelladd is the one. Oh my God. The real battle is to realize that there's more to you than this. There is so much more. You just have to find it. We're dreaming. It was... I guess you could chalk it up to a lot of things. Was it a dream? Was it him dealing with it on his own? Was it... You have no idea. You have no idea. We're alive. And there's hope. Probably, yeah. I mean, it was though, right? I was thinking the same thing, Sweet Pea. I'm like, I don't want you to do this, but at the same time... Yeah, on so many levels, yes. But he's feeling again. The fact that he can cry again means that he's feeling again, and I think that's a good thing. Yeah. That's true. It's true. So many, you can't even count them. You acted on that same feeling, and I know that scares you. But you see that, you recognize it. You have the power to end it. Absolutely. Use your hands for something good. I think that's how Thors felt in a lot of ways as well. Oh! And I think we learned perhaps the most important lesson that Thors would have wanted to communicate. What? Oh, Pater, you are all over this, Pater. I could sense you all over this, Pater. You know that he... Oh! Caught red-handed. If you've got a problem with the way he's running things. He could always try and punish you as well for what you did. Pater! Can we just have a hand for Pater right now? He's going to use these hands for life. He is going to rebuild. He's going to rebuild the farm, and he's going to rebuild himself. This is symbolic. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Thorfinn. Please don't be the end of the episode. That cannot possibly be the end of the episode. Were we really there for 24 minutes? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Considering that was an episode with, like, we progressed so much in that episode. The growth, the amount that we did in that one episode yeah, there's no freedom without love, you guys. You saw what the world without love looked like. It was hell. It was just nothing but violence, and there was no peace, and there was no love. And that was keeping him chained. And yeah, lost his freedom, and wow, those words, they hit hard. That love. Holy crap. And this is going to be like visuals from the next episode, which just don't have to see necessarily. So, holy crap. That was so freaking beautiful. That is seriously like one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. And to think that, like, with no actual battles fought in the real world, that we came so far with Thorfinn. He progressed more in that one episode emotionally than he did in all of season 1. He finally dealt with all of that. He finally dealt with all of it. I think just the message here, the symbolism, everything was absolutely stunning. It was so beautiful. The way that he saw what the world where everyone was your enemy was like. And it was the life that he lived for so long, to the point where, like, he couldn't remember who he killed, why he killed them. He was just, that was just his whole world, was just hate and violence. And once he was empty, I think that was the only time that he could really recognize that. And I gotta say, is as much as he's been having the nightmares and everything, and he's been getting woken up and everything, I think he really had to face that. I really think that he actually had to look in the eye, or lack thereof, one of the people who he hurt, and see their pain, to really accept everything that he had done and make the decision to be a different person. I don't think there was any way he was going to move on without facing that pain head on, as a person who is now emptied out of their hatred and could really feel and process the pain of another human being. Holy crap. Why did I not bring tissues for this? You guys warned me. You infinitely warned me, and I have no tissues. I really have no one to blame but myself for this. This is on me. This is completely on me. Oh, just that visual of him just looking in the eyes of the person and them both crying. And Askelladd of all people. Now, I don't know if that was supposed to be a dream. I don't know if that really was a near-death experience. I don't know if that will ever really be clarified. Call it what you will. Whether that was actually Askelladd, or whether it was the mental image of Askelladd that Thorfinn has in his mind. It doesn't really matter either way, because at the end of the day, you cannot ignore the irony of Askelladd being the one to show him what he needed to see. I I don't think it's any coincidence that we started off that vision with Thors. And we ended it with Askelladd. Because when you really think about it, those were the two most important, like, mentor parent figures. I mean, his mom was important too, but you know what I mean though? Like, that, the one who raised him and then like the one who raised him. You know what I mean? Oh. That was so good. That was so good. I don't even feel like I'm in like the emotional state to be able to process like everything that I loved about that. There was so, I mean, I've got to say, the author of this is just completely on point with writing drama. It is not an easy thing to write drama of this level, especially like when you're doing a show or a story that's very shonen action oriented. You know, like last season was all about you know, kind of like the action, the plot, the war, the inner workings of all of that. To be able to characterize this level of emotion so precisely is like true talent. It really, really is. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed by this season. And now he can truly, you know, it's so ironic to me too that he is in the same position as Thors now. I think he kind of had the opportunity to go two different ways. He could go down the path that Askelladd had brought him into, where it's just what we saw. It was just what we saw. It was violence. And it was war. Or he could go down the path of his father, which is, I think they were both kind of like father figures to him in a weird way. I know that Askelladd was the one he wanted to kill, but in a weird way, Askelladd kind of also raised him. I don't know if raised him is the right word. But you know what I mean, though? And he is like going down the complete Thor's path right now. I am a little bit scared because A, we know that something bad is probably coming to this farm. Like, they have hinted at it way too much, and this is Vinland Saga. Also, I can't remember if I said one or A, so just second, the fact that he's going down the Thor's path makes me a little nervous that, like, we know that Thors was someone who really, truly turned his back on his violent past and wanted so much to... He did the same thing. He was like, remember when he was trying to do the pots and pans and stuff? He wanted to do something different with his hands besides violence. And we know how things ended up for him. So it does kind of worry me about Thorfinn, but I guess we'll just see. If something bad is coming to this farm, though, is he going to be like, no, I am not going to? Because I kind of feel like it was when Thors got dragged back into that world, that's what did him in. Not the way you would think, because he didn't betray himself, I feel like. You know what I mean? But he turned his back on violence, he gets pulled back in, he ends, you know what I mean? And I feel like if something bad is coming to this farm, and Thorfinn is like, I'm reborn, no more violence, no one is my enemy ever, but like people he loves are being killed, or being threatened, or hurt, just like what happened with Thors and Thorfinn. It's worrisome. It's worrisome. But for now, I'm just going to be very happy with the fact that Thorfinn has officially faced his past. He has faced it head on. He has accepted that, yes, he hurt, killed so many. I don't think he could move on without admitting that to himself. And now it is time for him to use his life for something else. And just like I think the farm is the absolute perfect place to be right now. Because what better place to be than somewhere where you are literally making life, making things grow, making things that are used for, like, even like the food that people eat to be nourished and to grow and to live. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's beautiful. It's very symbolic. I'm gonna go get some tissues. That was so good. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. That was the hellish parts were like, they didn't hold back, you guys. It's hard to get through, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it to face that head on for me as well in order to get what I got out of the episode. So hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, for the love of God, I need you. Help me. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.